Oh wow, a lot of you. I just felt the page of the room rise up to 14. Yes, STEM majors, that is the only joke you will like tonight. Yeah, right? So, Starbucks is one of my indulgences, I can't lie about that. I've noticed that over winter break, many of my indulgences got me pretty fat. So I decided to go running with one of my friends who always talks about runner's high. And what I learned about runner's high is that's bullshit. Are there any runners out here? Raise your hand, come on. All right, how many of you enjoy running? Okay, now how many of you are lying? There we go, this guy gets me. All right, so I think runner's high is just a lie that fit people tell us fat people to get us to exercise. Like, the only thing that gets high when I'm running is the amount of times that I regretted starting to run. Like, unless there's a donut shop along the way to right all the wrong decisions I have made before, count me out. But it's almost as high as the amount of bad dates I have had. And before I start this story, I want y'all to take a good look at me, because this is the last time you will see me with any sense of self-respect or dignity for who I am as a person. All right, so it was my senior year in high school, and I went on a date with this girl, and the first date goes really, really well. So I asked her out on the second one, and we get Chinese food and boba, because white girls love boba, am I right? So it's going really, really well, and I'm thinking, all right, this is going well. I'm gonna try to make my move at the end of the night. And I had no idea what I was doing because I was 17 and I was an idiot, and was an idiot, what am I talking about? Still am an idiot. So I'm trying to think of something to like segue into it, but I can't think of anything. So I think of this one thing, and I'm like, no, this is really bad, I can't go with this. This is never gonna fly, I can't do this. So about 20 minutes pass, we're starting to the end of the date, and I'm thinking, all right, I really gotta think of something else, this isn't good. So we're starting to get to the end of the date, and she goes to the bathroom, and she comes back out. We're starting to pay the check, and you're ready to go. I'm thinking, all right, Daniel, if you have any sense of creativity left in your body, you gotta use it right now to think of something else, because this is not good right now. So we're getting ready to go, and we pay the bill, and we're starting to walk her to her car. And as I'm walking her to her car, I'm thinking, all right, God, Buddha, Cthulhu, whatever's out there, I need your help right now to think of something else, because I'm really not in a good situation. And they give me nothing. So I walk her to her car. She's getting ready to go, and I'm like, you know what? We had a really good time. I got this one thing, I'm just gonna roll with it and see what happens. So I go, wait, Rachel, I think you forgot something. And she goes, what? And I go, some sugar. That happened. I'm starting to tilt my head and go in for it. And as I'm closing my eyes, I can see in her eyes what I can only describe as the 5 stages of grief. First one's denial. Like, there's no way this guy's trying this. Like, this is the most ridiculous line I've ever heard in my entire life. And then anger. It's like, this is what you come up with? You had 35 minutes of eating dinner to think of this. This is all with her eyes, and it skips through the next 3 and goes into flight or fight response. But she chose flight, which is good for me. And I'm seeing all of this and closing my eyes in half a second. And it's like when you see 2 bikes about to hit each other, but you can't do anything about it. And you're just like, oh no, this is gonna happen. So I'm closing my eyes, and she ducks to the side and gives me an awkward side hug and just goes, I gotta go, gets in her car, locks the door, and then leaves. And I didn't drive at the time, so I waited 30 minutes in self-pity for my brother to pick me up. But it gets better, because we worked together at the time. So she skips work the next day, comes in at the very end, is like, I'm sorry, and you meant it that way, and I just go, I don't want to remember this ever. That lasted like 2 days before I told everybody. But the kicker is that a week later, I go, hey, let's have some fun with this. So I go, wait, Rachel, this smoothie tastes really weird. I think you forgot something. And she goes, what? And I go, some sugar. She starts dying laughing in the back. The hardest laughing you've ever heard in your entire life. She goes, I can't believe you said that. I go, I know, right? She goes, that's literally the dumbest thing I have heard anybody say in my entire life. I was like, I know, right? But on the inside, I was like, I know, right? And I have not talked to this girl in 2 years. And I told her, if I ever do stand-up, I'm gonna tell this story. She goes, good. So, if I could use your participation, I would like her to send her a selfie of me telling this to all of you right here. Get a little smile going. All right, thank you guys. It's been a great audience.